No matter how prepared you think you are, at the end of the day, nothing can prepare you for this joy called parenthood. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and all my dear guests. Every single day of the last 9 months has been spent in anticipation. Anticipation of what is to come. I tried my best to prepare as well as I could for it. I read books, read journals, read articles, saw YouTube videos, did everything that was in my power to try and get used to the fact that very soon I'll be becoming a parent. I'll be encompassed with a lot of responsibilities that I have never before encountered or never before thought of handling. The question always was in my mind, how will it go? How well can I prepare for it? What is in my power to control for this? And as any first time parent will be, I truly believed that it was in my power to control as much of it as possible. I tried to keep myself calm. I tried to keep my wife as calm as possible. I tried to help out as much as possible. But every single time and every single day became a challenge. Everybody has heard of something called mood swings. But reading it and being a witness of it is completely two different sides of the coin. It sounds good, it feels good, but it is not good to be in the presence of it. So every day becomes a challenge. Again, the innate fight or flight response was to fight, not to be a flight person. And therefore, I tried to once again control the uncontrollables without ever realizing that what I was trying to control was actually uncontrollable. Trying every single day to make it better, all in anticipation of this wonderful thing called parenthood. And in these 9 months, there were several learnings. And those learnings are not just about parenthood. Those learnings are something that I feel can be applied to life in general and something much broader and beyond just parenthood. It is often said that our parents have this old cliched line, right? Unless and until you become a parent, you won't realize the pain we are going through. And until the day you become a parent, you are absolutely skeptical of that line. You always think they don't know what they mean. Of course, they are not right. I am the one who's right. What pain? There are 7 billion people on this planet. There would consequently be billions of parents all over the world. They have experienced the same thing. What is the new being done by my parents specifically? What is the new sort of troubles and travesties that my parents are facing? Nothing new. Everybody goes through the same thing. So what is so special in this? What is the so-called pain that my parents are going through? You'll never realize it. And that is a learning for the broader life as well. Until you actually step into the shoes of the person going through an experience, you would never realize just what comes with that experience. We always have this perspective of the grass is greener on the other side. But unless we actually step onto that other side, we actually take the plunge and actually experience the same situation, only then do we realize that it is actually harder than it looks from the other side. There are pains, there are travesties, there are a lot of things that no book, no YouTube video, no journal, or no medical legal document can prepare you for. There are things that you can experience only when you actually are in those experiences. For example, a very odd thing called labor pain, right? We all have seen this in the movies. We are accustomed to seeing it, that a woman spends some time in the labor room. She has a lot of pain. We do realize it. And then a beautiful baby is born into this world. Seldom do we realize that that is just a 20-minute snippet, perhaps, that shows the travesties. But as doctors and as parents would tell you, that ordeal can last for hours, maybe even days. And it seems very trivial, but when a woman goes through that pain, you actually start to respect your own mother more. Till that point of time, I never saw my mother the way I saw after that day. Till that point, I thought that, yes, she's a mother. She has made innumerable sacrifices for me. She has gone out of her way to do a lot of things for me. And the person that I am is truly because of my mother. But seldom did I realize the actual pain, effort, and trauma she's been through to actually get me to this point. And therein I realized that every situation needs perspective. That is why the title, it's all relative. As long as we don't have any perspective on the ordeals that a person goes through, we don't actually realize the level of accomplishments that a person has. We feel that this person has achieved something. Oh, he might have done this. He might have been sycophant to the bosses. He or she might be a really intelligent person. Maybe I am not that. But seldom do we give credit for the actual effort and the dilemmas, the obstacles, the roadblocks that this person has actually gone through to reach at the point that he or she is at right now. And that is what I gained as a perspective with my mother. Just seeing another person going through that, being in the labor room and actually being a witness to a lot of pain. A very funny story. The night before my wife went into labor, I actually twisted my ankle. I felt on that particular day, the labor pain had not yet begun. I felt that there was no greater pain in this world. I was in extreme pain. That ankle pain subsided after 3 days. But for the 2 days after that first day, I did not even realize that I had ankle pain because I was seeing another person going through so much pain and trauma that I hardly paid attention to my own problems. That pain kind of shrunk in significance instantly. So that is why perspective is important. We always feel like we are the persons going through hell. We are always feel like we are the people who have been handed down the raw deal of life. Only until we realize that we are actually the blessed ones to have made this far, to have all these blessed people in our lives, to have these near and dear ones who are our support system. You can ask your mother. There was nobody, hardly anybody to support them when they went through the trauma that your wife or your husband might have gone through during this time. But it was all worth it because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm a parent and definitely a wiser man than I was 9 months ago. So definitely it's all relative. So gain some perspective, people. I hand the stage back over.